Hello everyone and welcome. Welcome to the Wilson School of Design here at KPU. I'm Andrea Goundry, the Dean of the Wilson School of Design, and I'd like to introduce you to our amazing team we have here to tell us more about our programs.
Hi, my name is Nick. I'm the Degree Advisor for the Wilson School of Design.
Hi, my name is Sharon Greeno, and I am the faculty in the Fashion Marketing program and the Fashion and Technology programs.
I'm Tara Callahan, and I'm a Wilson School of Design alumni.
At the Wilson School of Design, we have 7 programs. We have 4 degree programs. That's in interior design, graphic design for marketing, fashion and technology, and product design. We also have a 2-year diploma in fashion marketing, a 1-year certificate in the foundations in design, and we also have a post-baccalaureate diploma in technical apparel design. We'd like to tell you more about what makes our programs unique.
I think what makes our programs unique at the Wilson School of Design is how driven and focused everybody is. In picking the school, I had to prepare a portfolio and be prepared to have an interview. And going to that interview, I knew that only 20 people were going to be chosen. So I think that's something that really changes the way that you're perceiving applying to university, because it's something that you're spending time and money into, but you want to be there, and the people that you're with also want to be there at the same time.
Do you think that helped you to have a more committed cohort?
Definitely. I think that's one of the things that, especially in first year, within the first couple weeks, you really realize if this is something that you want to do, something that you want to pursue. And, oftentimes you can really tell who wants to be there and who doesn't within the first couple days.
And I suspect that you may have found people that you have great synergy with, that you may work with in the industry, and you may be doing that now or help each other find jobs.
Totally. I think that's one of the things about design as a whole, is that it is an industry that can be quite competitive. And obviously within a cohort of 20 people, at the end, you all are technically competing for a job, but it doesn't really feel like that. We're still talking to each other, sharing resources. If we see a posting that might, be towards somebody's skill set, we're definitely sharing that information between each other.
And I think that's a big piece for students to remember, both prospective and current, is that you need to say what you're interested in so that clicks and somebody remembers that. Mm-hmm. I don't know when you may have found that out, but I'm sure every time an industry guest speaker was in, you thought, oh, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. Until someone else came, you're like, oh, or I could do that, right? It just gives you so many options. Hearing what people actually do with your education is inspiring and motivating, I would think.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's also not what you expect too. I think a lot of people might think of design potentially to be one route, one track. Like if I take this program, then I'm going to end up being X, Y, Z. But that's not totally true. There's a lot of alumni or grads that I've seen who've done things that are within the design industry, but not totally exactly what that program was based in. So right. It really opens up a lot more doors than you think it does.
On the advising side, I see that all the time. Students in design programs coming in to see me to discuss what other courses can I do within my program. We do have, within our degree programs in particular, that opportunity to do a lot of breadth education. And so you can tack on all the way up to doing a complete minor with a bachelor's degree. Mm-hmm. And you've got somebody doing, a fashion and technology degree with a minor in policy studies, and they go off and they start an NGO or something like that. It's incredible to see the opportunities that go beyond just that core program that you're in.
Oh, for sure.
And I think, did you find this in your program, that a lot of the instructors are actually working in the industry or have their own boutique firms or continue to be invested and engaged in their specialties?
Definitely. I know it depends on the teacher, but one of our teachers continuously work in the industry at present, or they're members of certain boards or committees right. within the industry, which is really amazing, because then they can say, hey, they're having this event, come check it out. I remember even in times during class, our teachers would bring in drawings from, projects that they worked on quite recently, which is, amazing to see what we're actually going to be doing. But, that's your teacher who did that. And you can say, wow, they worked on that building, or they helped specify this. It's really cool.
Right. That's the nice thing about being a well-known group and a small group, is that we can pretty much find anybody you might need that you're interested in working with, or partnership, or finding supplies.
And I think that piece that you touched on, Sharon, right there is really important. At Wilson School of Design, our alumni are incredibly involved, and they stick with us for the long term, and that's reflected on our social media platforms as well, where you'll often see our alumni from years past engaging, sharing their work. Tara, for example, is a perfect example of that.
And to add on to that, when we think about our connection to our people, so we have our students, our alumni, industry, we're also well connected, and some of us never like to leave. I myself being an alumni of the Wilson School of Design, my first part about wanting to be back here and share that same passion with students was the reason why I was here and why I became faculty in the first place. Also then continuing to work in the industry and still having that connection with the school. It always felt that synergy that you could see that happen that we keep talking about as well. Being members of the advisory committee is how I also was involved as well. We have highly engaged advisory committees. We're so grateful for how they help inform curriculum and how we make changes and how we stay current. So it's keeping that piece along there. So I think we have so much fun here that we just don't want to leave.
For me personally, I know I received a lot of great information. There's a lot of resources that Kwantlen has specifically. So typically like social media, there's a lot of resources online about what you're going to need beforehand coming in. But do you guys have any tips or tricks or things that you want to highlight for students who are, seeking Kwantlen as where to get their education?
Yeah, for sure. For students who are looking to come to KPU or the Wilson School of Design, the first stop should be our Future Students office. You can visit them online at kpu.ca/futurestudents. The next stop would be someone like myself. You can talk to a degree advisor or academic advisor. Tara, did you have any experience dealing with any advisors or future students?
Personally, I dealt with, I think, both financial advisor and academic advisor. Prior to even getting accepted into the program, I probably came out to campus 2 or 3 times to make sure what I had in high school or my credentials would even match. Like, is this going to work? Can I get accepted? Do I have the right classes? So I probably met almost 2 or 3 times, and that was definitely extremely helpful. And also, they even gave me a breakdown of this is the program you want to take. These are the credits. These are each semester to get the total credits to graduate. So even seeing that breakdown of 4 years based off of credits was extremely helpful to see.
Do you think there are things that you would have done differently or that served, or things that you did well that served you in your early days especially?
I think it might depend on the person. I think for prospective students, things like software and learning them can be obviously scary and daunting, but those are programs that are meant to be learned. So software and learning that, it's going to come. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't stress too much about that. I think the best thing for prospective students to know is that you just have to be ready to work hard and that this is what you really want. Yeah, and I know for me, when I applied and I had to make a portfolio, I thought to myself, I've never done this. I don't know how to do this. And for me, I didn't really have a lot of experience in interior design. I do photography, so my entire portfolio was literally photography based. And I remember going to the interview and thinking, looking at other people's portfolios, I'm like, there's no way they have all this CAD or all this SketchUp work. And then at the end of the day, I was one of the people that got accepted and some of those people didn't. So that's a really good thing to keep in mind. Like, emphasize that your portfolio it's you, it's what you're good at. Show your skills. Don't try to change it to what you think that they want. Just show yourself.
I was just going to mention, I didn't know if you know, if you don't come straight into Wilson School of Design because you feel like your portfolio isn't quite all there, or there are some skills you want to learn to start off with, you can be admitted to KPU as just a general arts student. Do some of those elective courses, do some of those skill building courses like some digital photography or doing some design work in our fine arts program. And then you can apply into the Wilson School of Design after the fact, once you've had a chance to build up some of those fundamental skills that you may not have if you didn't come from a design secondary school or something like that. So it's another way to get into the school as well.
Yeah, and if you are ready, but you're not sure, maybe you're just trying to decide between 1 or 2 programs, you can also do our Foundations in Design certificate here, and that just helps you to refine and research and seek all kinds of different ways of thinking amongst the many different programs that are available.
And Tara, I don't know if when you applied to KPU and you were talking about those questions you had about your portfolio and was it good enough, the team here at the Wilson School of Design and KPU and our Future Students Office are really good at being able to kind of guide you toward knowing where you need to improve and whether your portfolio is on the right track. And by reaching out proactively and talking to our team, the Future Students Office, and reaching out to our program coordinators and program assistants ahead of your application, that can really help you get on the right track.
Definitely, for sure.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any further questions, please check out our website. We hope you enjoy the rest of your virtual open house at KPU.